The most famous Buddhist in the world is the Dalai Lama. Dalai Lama is the title which means as vast as the ocean, the most knowledgeable one, or the wise teacher. The Dalai Lama is the spiritual teacher of the Tibetans and one of the most influential leaders in the whole world. Buddhists believe that the Dalai Lama is the reincarnation of the Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara. Hence, he is considered to be a god and a king. Buddhism in Tibet has 4 branches: Nyingma, Kagyu, Sakya and Gelug. The Dalai Lama is the head of the Gelug branch. The Gelug community wasn't always the most important community. The 5th Dalai Lama, Lobsang Gyatso, with the help of Gushri Khan, ruled over the whole Tibet. At the time, the Gelug community became important. It was at this time that the Lama was given the title of Dalai Lama, and the previous 2 teachers were given the title of Dalai Lama posthumously. If we start counting from the first one, then the Dalai Lama's history dates back to 1391. The Dalai Lama ruled over Tibet till 1950. Then China conquered Tibet and the Dalai Lama had to flee from Tibet and find a safe haven in India. But even today the Tibetans considered the Dalai Lama as their spiritual teacher. The selection of Dalai Lama is quite fascinating and mysterious. Every Dalai Lama is considered to be the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama before him. It is said that all the Dalai Lamas have the spirit of Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, recognizing someone from their previous birth. This trend has been a part of Buddhism since the age of Buddha. Jataka tales as well as other Buddhist scriptures describe how the karma of someone's previous births influenced their present birth. In India, many other gurus who came after Buddha have also talked about this. But linking someone to their past life happened for the first time in Tibet to find the Dalai Lama. Every Dalai Lama predicts where he will be born again, and as a clue, they leave a long note, which is opened after their death. Then an oracle named Ninchun is asked the question and the search begins. The search begins by finding out where to find the new Dalai Lama. If the previous Dalai Lama is cremated, then the direction in which the smoke blows is also considered as a signal. Many a times, all the elder lamas get together and find clues near a sacred lake in Tibet called Lamolatso. Here the lamas either have a vision or they find some kind of a symbol which determines where to find the next Dalai Lama. The elder lamas venture out in that direction and meet the children who are born after the death of the Dalai Lama. These children are shown some of the possessions that belong to the previous Dalai Lama, and the child who recognizes those things the best is considered as the next Dalai Lama. The child is then taken to the monastery, where he is looked after. Many a times, the same monks are chosen to teach the child who had earlier been taught by the previous Dalai Lama. In a way, the teacher teaches his student and in his next birth learns from his student. Conventionally, the Gelugpa tradition and the Tibetan government are responsible for this search. This process takes about 2 to 3 years. Traditionally, the search is limited to Tibet. But the 3rd Tuluku or Dalai Lama was found in Mongolia. While choosing the 6th Dalai Lama, there was a controversy. The Qing dynasty put the names of all the children in the golden vessel and chose the next Dalai Lama by the lottery method. But this did not hold for long. It took 4 years to find Tenzin Gyatso, the 14th Dalai Lama. He was born in 1935 and he became the Dalai Lama in 1940. In 1959, after the Chinese invasion, he fled to India. There was a danger that he could have been assassinated in Tibet. Since then, the Dalai Lama stays in exile at Dharamshala in Himachal Pradesh. In 1989, he was awarded the Nobel Prize. He was honored to acknowledge his efforts to free Tibet by means of non-violence. It is important to remember this fact regarding the rebirth of Dalai Lama, that this whole process is carried out with the consent of the Dalai Lama. No government can impose their authority over it. China tried to influence this process many a times. They tried to force the Dalai Lama found by them on the Tibetans, but that did not work. Due to this, Tenzin Gyatso announced that he would be the last Dalai Lama, and after him, the lineage would end. This has a lot to do with the Tibetan political scenario. The world knows that after China conquered Tibet in 1950, they started to mold the Tibetans as per their political system. They snatched away their land and included it in the national wealth. The land and wealth of the temples and monasteries were also taken away. In 1959, the Tibetans rebelled against China. This was the time when, because of the aggression of the Chinese, the Dalai Lama had to flee from Tibet to find a safe haven in India. From 1966 to 2000, the relations between Tibet and China were strenuous. In the year 2000, talking about their collective progress, China was in talks with the Dalai Lama. A railway line was set up, which meant that Tibet was now connected to the heart of China. China also gave grants to Tibet in the matters of health, education and other sectors. Many Tibetans believe that China is just waiting for the death of Dalai Lama. After that, China will completely swallow Tibet and make it a part of China. The Dalai Lama is considered as a god by the traveling Tibetans. He shares their sorrows and suffering with the whole world and asks for help to fight the Tibetan cause. The Dalai Lama takes a lot of effort to protect the Tibetan culture and heritage. After moving out of Tibet, the Tibetans consider Dalai Lama as the leader of their stolen state. The Chinese government has not given the Dalai Lama any kind of identity. They feel that Dalai Lama is increasing the differences between the Chinese and Tibetans. In each of his teachings, the Dalai Lama has preached about compassion, non-violence and responsibility. Apart from the Buddhists, people of other religions also love and respect him. Just like Martin Luther King and Mahatma Gandhi, the Dalai Lama is considered as a superhero, not just by the Buddhists or Tibetans, but by the whole world, as his superpower is non-violence.
Like, share, subscribe and click on the bell icon to never miss an update from Epic.